Football is all about goals. Yes, the electric dribbles, insane passes, mind-blowing skills, mind-bending tactics, and dramatic clutch wins add to the flair and entertainment of the beautiful game. But nothing, absolutely nothing beats a goal. Whether you're 1-0 up or 3-0 down, goals are as wonderful and enjoyable as they come. Today, we celebrate 11 players who have scored the most goals in the 21st century in every position on the pitch. Goalkeepers are meant for one thing only, keeping the ball out of the net. Until recently, when sweeper keepers became all the rage, goalies were seldom involved in the overall play outside of their boxes. But there comes that talent in every generation who looks to defy what a goalkeeper should be. In this case, it was Rogério Ceni, an attacker disguised in goalie gloves. Scoring 50 times as a keeper already grants you legendary status, but Ceni did it 131 times. He had a rifle for a leg and could bang in free kicks and penalties like it was nobody's business. His career started in 1990 and ended in 2015 when he retired. His most iconic goal came in March 2011 when Sao Paulo faced off against arch-rival Corinthians. Ceni smashed a 25-yard curler to take his goal tally to 100, despite initially protesting to take the free kick. As far as left-backs go, Roberto Carlos is easily one of the greatest to ever play the position. He was simply a winger in disguise with how he marauded the left wing.
Dear! I don't believe it! What a goal we have just seen from Roberto Carlos! That is amazing!
His versatility to play several positions aside, two things made the Brazilian a legendary player: his insane pace and lethal left foot. Whether it was set pieces or cutting in from the flanks, Carlos unleashed shots that kept defenders and goalies on their toes. Naturally, for a man of his talent, he had a couple of worldies to show for it. No better goal captures just how good he was than the free kick he scored against France in 1997. That goal is the most famous of his career and has been described in many ways, including science-defying. One of his more controversial goals, on the other hand, came in 2003 when Real Madrid faced Juventus in the Champions League. Carlos struck a thunderbolt of a loose ball past Buffon from outside the area. It was a beautiful kick, but at least 3 Los Blancos players were offside and obstructing Buffon's view. The goal was allowed to stand. Sergio Ramos is comfortably one of the most decorated defenders still active today. His fiery, aggressive style of play makes him one of the most ruthless but effective defenders out there. It also earned him enough red cards to paint over a small town. Beyond that, he's a terrific goal scorer with over a century's worth of goals to his name. The bulk of his career goals came from his time at Los Blancos, when he stepped up as the new penalty taker, following Cristiano Ronaldo's departure to Juventus in 2018. Besides penalties, Ramos was best known for his clutch goals, which saved Real Madrid too many times. His most iconic goal came in the 2014 Champions League final, when he banged in an equalizer in the 92nd minute to force extra time. Madrid would go on to beat rivals Atletico 4-1 to clinch their 10th Champions League title. His most controversial goal, on the other hand, came in the 2019 Champions League, when Madrid faced Club Brugge and were 2-0 down in the first half. Ramos rose to head in a Benzema cross. The goal was checked for several minutes for offside, but VAR proved that Ramos was onside by a hair's breadth. Many found that ruling simply outrageous. Edging out John Terry for the spot next to Ramos is former Red Bull Salzburg man René Offhauser. The centre-back was a proud patriot through and through, so much so that he spent his entire playing career in the leagues of his home country. Despite never having an international career, Offhauser courted attention from many foreign clubs, including some Premier League sides. His pragmatic style of play made him the perfect defender for the big moments. He was also versatile enough to be deployed as a defensive midfielder. But perhaps his most prized quality was his subtle offensive output. He netted 50 goals during his time at RB Salzburg, which helped him win the league 3 times. Of this lot, his most iconic goal wasn't one, but a hat-trick in the Champions League. Yeah, you heard that right. Offhauser smashed 3 goals past Ventspil in August 2007, the only goal scored in the entire match. What a player! James Tavernier is a name that flies under the radar despite his heroics at club level. Rangers signed the right-back cum captain for only £200,000 in 2016. Since then, he's exceeded every expectation, scoring and assisting for fun like an attacking midfielder.
Tavernier! What a goal! What a goal from the skipper!
He's currently the highest scoring defender in British history. His goals have come from a mixture of penalties, free kicks and open play, but he shines the most in set pieces. His best goal came in the form of a free kick in 2020, when Rangers faced Dundee United. The right-back curled the ball across 35 yards to earn his 17th goal of the season. It was the most magnificent shot. Magnificent doesn't even begin to describe the kind of player Kaka was during his playing days.
It's wonderful from Kaka! Absolutely magical!
For lack of a better qualifier, the Brazilian was magic personified. He played with such gracefulness and a flair that both lured and dazzled. He had the pace, long shot and finesse to operate as a traditional number 10, anchoring both midfield and attack. Kaka was him. If he didn't already have all the abilities in the world, the midfielder was also a great dribbler. Opposition simply didn't matter to him because he floated past them easily and regularly. No occasion better captures the kind of player he was than the 2007 Champions League meeting between Manchester United and AC Milan. Kaka dribbled past Patrice Evra, Gabriel Henze and Darren Fletcher, leaving all 3 men stunned that they'd bumped into each other, before slotting home past Van der Sar. Steven Gerrard may not have the best record as a coach, and his famous slip may have coloured the end of his career, but make no mistake, he was a fantastic player.
Gerrard! Oh, you beauty! What a head, son! What a head!
The Liverpool legend has scored over a century of goals at club level, with several more for his country, all from midfield. His trophy collection includes the famous win in Istanbul, where the Reds fought against great odds to lift the Champions League trophy. Before the Klopp era of dominance, Gerrard was part of England's golden generation, and one of Liverpool's best eras before the German coach took over. During his playing days, Gerrard had several iconic moments, like the FA Cup win over West Ham, in which he rocketed a 30-yard belter to draw the game and force extra time. Then there's that beautiful Champions League goal against Olympiacos, in which he shot a pile driver into the back of the net to send Liverpool into the knockout stages. This was what set the pace for the miracle of Istanbul, in which Gerrard began the comeback against AC Milan and eventually lifted the much-coveted trophy. Another disappointing coach is Frank Lampard.
Lampard! Fantastic goal!
He was part of England's golden generation with Gerrard, when the country was bursting with brilliant midfielders. However, the Chelsea man stood out among the rest for his goal-scoring abilities, earning himself a Champions League trophy and several Premier League titles. Besides being a menace from midfield, Lampard was also a set-piece specialist, meaning he had some iconic goals in his time. Our top pick comes in the 2008-09 season, when Chelsea faced Hull City in a 2-0 win. After playing around the box trying to break down the Hull City defense, Lampard latches onto a stray ball, floating it from the edge of the box into the top right corner. What a beauty! Frank maintained a decent public image, so there weren't many controversies surrounding him as a player. However, he did have a goal controversially disallowed in what is now called a ghost goal. Against Germany, the midfielder blasted the ball in from 20 yards for an equaliser, but the shot struck the crossbar before bouncing over the line. The referee and the linesman disallowed it. Possibly Neuer's reaction fooled them, as he grabbed the ball as if it hadn't gone over and carried on the game hurriedly. Where's goal line technology when you need it? Where do you begin with Cristiano Ronaldo, 5-time Ballon d'Or winner, highest goal scorer for the country, all-time leading goalscorer for Real Madrid, Euros winner, and currently the highest goalscorer in men's football.
Oh, you beauty! Just Ronaldo! Unbelievable! Oh my word! Can you believe the genius of this man?
Given his current run of form in the Saudi Pro League, he could very well hit or surpass the 900 goal mark before he hangs up his boots. Loads of silverware and individual accolades back up his illustrious form in the final third. Keep in mind that he's been on the wrong side of 30 for 9 years, but continues to dazzle in front of goal. From his huge pool of goals, Ronaldo has loads of bangers in there. However, perhaps his most iconic goal was a header against Sampdoria in 2019. Ronaldo, who was 2 months shy of 35 at the time, leaped 8.39 feet in the air, about 2.56 centimeters higher than the crossbar, and hung in the air for what felt like an eternity to head in an Alexandro cross. Let's also not forget that bicycle kick against Juventus in the Champions League. His most controversial goal, on the other hand, came in the 2022 World Cup, when he claimed a goal that his teammate Bruno Fernandes had scored. In fairness, Ronaldo had taken a stab at the ball but missed ever so slightly. The goal was later awarded to Fernandes, but the controversy lingered for weeks. Who also remembers that one, when Nani tried to steal his goal? What a beauty that was before Nani ruined it. Robert Lewandowski has had a brilliant career, but hasn't quite been given his due flowers.
What a goal by Robert Lewandowski! And Robert Lewandowski scores at the World Cup!
His numbers in the Bundesliga were mental, from when he first broke onto the scene at Borussia Dortmund, while his time at Bayern Munich turned him into an unstoppable goal machine. Even a move to a troubled Barcelona in his 30s hasn't slowed him down, and he continues to be one of their better performers. Lewandowski has amassed 644 goals, including some very iconic strikes. His most iconic goal isn't just one goal, but multiple goals within the same match. In September 2015, the Pole slapped 5 goals past Wolfsburg in 8 minutes 59 seconds. He had a hat-trick by the 3rd minute, 4 goals by the 5th and 42 seconds, and his 5th by the 8-minute mark. This performance has since been immortalized in the Guinness Book of World Records. While Lewandowski has managed to keep a clean PR, he has scored a controversial goal in his time. His penalty against Hoffenheim in 2018 was riddled with questionable rulings. First, what earned Bayern the penalty was a foul on Ribery, which replay showed was no contact. Secondly, Lewandowski's first attempt was saved, but he was allowed to take the spot kick again after it was ruled that his teammate had moved too soon on the rebound. Always save the best till last. World Cup winner, 8-time Ballon d'Or winner, Copa America winner, set-piece specialist, dribble maestro. There aren't enough words to describe the brilliance of Lionel Messi on the pitch. It's no wonder he's a mainstay in the GOAT debates.
It's Messi again!
What a goal from Leo Messi! What an incredible strike from Leo Messi!
It's Messi!
Again! 8 Pichichi Awards in Messi's silverware collection prove just how lethal he is in front of the goal. Even after leaving his beloved club Barcelona for PSG, the Argentine continued to shine in the final third. The 2022 World Cup was the perfect cherry on top of an otherwise illustrious career. His ability to play in multiple positions up front and his insane dribbling skills have earned Messi loads of iconic goals. But the best of the bunch came in 2009 against Malaga. The Argentine scored a solo goal, turning and cutting between defenders like a hot knife through butter. For a player of Messi's stature, it's expected that controversies will follow him, from being dubbed Iberman to rumors of the 2022 World Cup being orchestrated in his favor. Whatever the case, his most controversial goal came at the World Cup, when he put Argentina up 3-2 in the dying minutes. 2 substitutes entered the pitch at that point, and supporters decried the goal to be overturned. IFAB soon ruled that since neither subs interfered with the goal, it was legitimate. That didn't stop the rumors though. Leave a comment telling us about your favorite goals of any of these players. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share these videos with your friends.